I wonder what's on the tube.
Welcome back.
Thank you for being a friend.
What you talking about, Willis?
You are a meathead.
Nothing for you.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Sitcom My Face. I'm Nick Franco, and with me as always...
I'm fucking Jay Bidwell, buddy. How are you?
Good, man. A belated Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, an early birthday. I'm almost an even older fuck.
Ooh, yes.
2 days, I'll be dead probably. I think. I don't know. I think that's how it works.
2 days. Well, wait. Does your birth certificate have an expiration date? What's going on?
Yeah. I think people don't live past 35, right? You just,
Oh no. That's
you turn 35 and then you're just like, well, this is it.
Well, I guess you get to listen to Nirvana or shit like that before you
Take
go.
a long walk off a short pier, man. Wearing cement shoes. You're from Jersey, you know all about those.
Could be. You might.
What size cement shoes do you wear? Do you have to lace them up?
No. We have the Velcro ones now.
I got some insoles for my cement shoes.
Oi!
Orthopedic cement shoes. I like that idea. That is a fucking SNL or Mad TV sketch if I've ever heard one.
Oh, yeah.
Let me write that down real quick.
There's cement shoes, and then there's cement shoes with comfort.
Dr. Scholl. So he's drowning. You see what I did there? You see what I did there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well,
not the people listening to this because they can't see what you did there, but anyway.
Last week, the thing I couldn't find, I was going to show you the Married with Children season 3 thing.
Oh, that's where...
we talked about the theme song change.
Yes.
They pop it on this fucking DVD like it's a thing to brag about. You see that?
Mm.
It says, includes new opening theme song. Like a bullet point. Like, oh, they'll be excited about this.
Yes, can't wait to hear that. Oh, I could wait to hear that.
Anyway, how you been, bud? You had a good Christmas, though, huh?
Oh yeah. It's like like as good as we can do in amongst like Omicron and the Transformers. So
I didn't do shit. We talked about the new Being the Ricardos.
Oh yes,
I watched that on Amazon Prime, and I watched, which made me even more excited, there's the new Reno 911 movie on Paramount.
Oh yeah, I saw.
That was one of my favorite frickin' shows, and this one's very funny. I don't know if you're a fan, but
oh no, I watched back in the day. I love Thomas Lennon. He's a funny dude.
Did you see the premise for it? The name?
The Hunt for QAnon.
Yes, it was good. If you're a Reno 911 fan, definitely check that out. And if you're a Lucy fan, check out Being the Ricardos. I also watched the one that was maybe early 90s, mid-90s, something like that. It was just called Lucy. And
oh, that one.
That one's not bad either.
Yeah, I think, was that 90s or was that late 80s? Might have been late 80s. I'm not sure. And then there was the Stone Pillow. But anyway,
I have a box set, I think, with that in it.
Oh, wow, really? And then there's the cement shoes, to go along with your Stone Pillow. Dr. Schultz.
Well, what are we discussing this week, my friend?
Well,
Bang, zoom!
Hey there, JJ boy. Well, being that we're almost upon the new year, I know one of the traditions, locally, that they would show on one of the the station that became CW out here. It's called WPIX, and
Crack Wives.
What is it?
Crack Wives.
Oh yeah, of the rich and famous. Yes. No, they
always put out. That's for as long as you give them their crack. I mean, wait, what?
Woohoo! No. There were two traditions. One was they would have a Twilight Zone marathon, The other thing that they would do is
that
have
one
a
with the
marathon
butt
of The Honeymooners.
Right, the classic starring Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh, yeah. That's the
Mike
one I'm talking
Epps.
about. No, I'm not
It's
talking
like
about that
a
one.
Christmas Story on Christmas. TBS replays that movie over and over
Over
again.
and
Well,
over.
You're talking about they show the classic The Honeymooners with Cedric the Entertainer over and over and over.
No,
Gabrielle
they
Union.
missed that one,
Regina
especially
Hall,
since it hadn't come out yet. They kind of missed that one. They hadn't invented their time machine yet, so they had to play the old ones, the classic
old
39.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is the only Honeymooners that exists, man. What are you talking about? A fantastic feel-good film for the family.
How about this one?
What the hell is that?
This
Who's
is
that
a
fat
Blu-ray. This is the future. No,
Blu-ray? Is the disc blue?
and its name's Ray.
Oh, you can tell I've had this DVD for a while. Look at it's got Hollywood Video shit in it.
Oh my God. Long gone. Hollywood Video.
No, you are correct. This one right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And for the first time ever, you've upstaged me. You have the Blu-ray set. I only have the DVD set.
Yeah, well, it was actually cheaper online, and hell, it's Blu-ray, so might as well.
The last 4 hours or so, I was powering through a bunch of these, and I was actually kind of surprised at how good it looks on DVD. Even for the quality. And you think of this one, at least I did, as a much older show than it really is, I guess.
Well, it came out actually October of '55, the
Right.
Honeymooners. Yeah, and as we were talking before, it actually started on two things. It was the Dumont Variety Hour, and then the Jackie Gleason variety show.
Dumont must have been some product. What was the product?
Most likely.
It's like when they did like the Crest Hour. It was like sponsored by Crest toothpaste and shit like that. Back in the 50s, they did a lot of that.
Oh, yeah. Well, just like before that, even in the radio days.
Oh, yeah.
They used to have like the Campbell Soup, like a mystery hour or whatever. Like basically.
The one I remember is Jell-O had the jingle on every fucking thing.
Oh, God.
The big red letters stand for the Jell-O family. That's Jell-O. Yum, yum, yum. Jell-O pudding. Yum, yum, yum. Jell-O tapioca pudding. Yes, sirree. That'd be like every fucking radio program ever. You don't remember that one?
No, I should say vaguely, because I know I've heard that one, but like, yeah. I don't know it by heart like you do.
Oh, I used to. There was some podcast I used to listen to, and it was just like a collection of old radio programs.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think it started with Jack Benny ones, and then they ran out of those, so they started throwing like Red Skelton and Lucy's, like My Favorite Husband, stuff like that. But throughout all of them, that jingle was there for a long time.
Damn, yeah. It's like I remember getting some of those things on tape like years ago. The radio program things, like God, I have like some Abbott and Costello ones.
I think there was even like W.C. Fields and shit ones. It was like yeah.
But
all the radio programs are kind of fun once in a while to go back.
Definitely.
There was one I was listening to that it was a podcast now, but it was a Looney Tunes one, and they were doing it like an old radio show. It was a Christmas special.
Oh, nice. Well, I know actually the main star of the Looney Tunes, Mel Blanc, the one that did most of the voices, he started in radio. Like he was doing a lot of those voices like in radio.
So this is what I was saying though, is like this show, it looks great on DVD for picture quality wise, but the way it was shot, it feels older than even things like I Love Lucy, which shows you the innovation they had.
Yeah.
Because, like, is there a fucking living room in this apartment? Because we just sit in this kitchen the entire fucking
basically, like, it's just, like, kitchen, like, okay, did you watch the episode TV or Not TV?
That was the first one on here.
Yeah, that's the first episode. Basically, when watching TV, he pulls up a kitchen chair to watch TV.
Yeah. That was actually on one of these OG VHS tapes I have here.
Damn, okay.
Where he's got his little space helmet on. Ed Norton.
Not to be confused video!
with... So you have Ralph Cramden and his wife, Alice.
Correct.
And their neighbors, Ed, and Trixie.
Yes, yeah,
Now-
the Nortons who live upstairs.
So Ralph and Alice, amazing together. Fucking really brilliant. And it is though. It's your typical husband and wife sitcom feuding constantly.
Yes.
Sometimes you get a little heart. Usually, right there at the end, you get a little bit of like, "I'm sorry, baby.
Yes.
Baby, you're the
greatest." Yes. No, you would have a lot more of that, and it's also the not just the feuding, but it's like where the like the male, like like Ralph or Ed thinks they know, know more or know best, and it turns out, the woman's there to like clean up shit.
You got when you have Ralph and Ed together, fucking these two are brilliant together. Absolutely brilliant.
Oh yeah, Jackie Gleason and Art Carney are terrific together. The whole cast is so well done.
I think Trixie gets a little shafted on the show. I don't remember seeing them give her much.
No. Again, she's the not totally ancillary character, but she definitely doesn't get as much camera time.
There's a lot of episodes I feel like she wasn't even in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like weird. Ed mentioning her, but not her actually coming down to the apartment.
Well, it is hard not to compare something like this to I Love Lucy, especially when you have the two couples.
Right.
Like they live in the same building, they're next door neighbors, you have the married couple and this and that. But do we ever get anything with just like Ed and Trixie?
I'm sure.
Is there ever a single scene where it's like them together doing, or is it
what?
always?
There was one of the episodes that I think sent to you earlier today.
You son of a bitch.
I know. Sorry. But like one of the scenes is like the Nortons up in their apartment, which
Really?
is kind of funny because like most of the show is, as you said, in the Cramdens' apartment. And
not even the apartment, the fucking kitchen. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all
basically,
you ever get is the fucking kitchen.
Like, sometimes Alice or Ralph will go into the bedroom, but we don't follow them ever into the bedroom. No. It's just like, oh, okay, it's off camera, and and then they come back out. But
yeah, it really does feel kind of cramped. Luckily, they're so good that you don't think about it constantly. But every once in a while, you're like, can we leave this fucking kitchen, please? And it's not a budget thing because they do have outside sets of like his work at the Gotham Bus Company.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking Batman. I mean, you have like the quiz shows and stuff like that. They'll do other places. Restaurant, I think I saw a restaurant one. But it seems weird that their home set is so fucking small.
Right. Well, I think it's also kind of like, hammered in there the fact of it's like, oh, they do have a small apartment because they don't
have shit, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Alice brings it up like in the first episode. The episode is TV or not TV. Ed and Trixie are going to get their second television because the first one is shot. While Ralph and Alice, while Ralph and Alice,
sewer money.
Oh, you'll never know what you're gonna find down there. Now, Ralph and Alice, they even haven't gotten their first TV, nor do they have a washing machine, nor do they have.
They still have an old school ice box.
They have an old school ice box. They don't have an updated stove. They
didn't have a phone yet.
No phone. Yeah, but like in fact, one of the episodes, they had to go up to the Nortons to use the phone.
I watched one where he came into some money. The first thing he did was buy a phone. The money went away. Had to get rid of the phone. There was another one where they're like, "We're finally getting somewhere. We got a phone." Call me, and then I mean, those things that we take for granted. This show, you go, wow, and this is 55. Lucy and Ricky definitely had a phone in 51.
Yeah, but no. Here, they don't even have a phone. Yeah, no real modern conveniences. And
They're in Brooklyn now. I wonder if these apartments really were like that small in Brooklyn at the time, where they do a lot of lean out the window and just go, "Hey Ed, come on down."
yeah,
Like, holy shit.
and not.
Yeah. And all the neighbors got to be like, "Shut the fuck up." You never hear the neighbors calling for anyone though. Every once in a while, if that's the communication in town, every once in a while you should hear somebody outside, "Hey Jelly, it's time to come inside." You know.
Yeah, no, you don't hear any of the neighbors. You see one of the or like a couple of the neighbors in some other episodes, like the one
big
episode.
Angry guy.
Yeah, the angry because
The 14-year-old girl.
When Ralph is when Ralph is preparing for the $99,000 answer quiz show, like he has Ed, like he rented a piano and Ed is playing the piano. So late at night, playing a piano, playing records on a phonograph, like preparing for this quiz show, and people are trying to sleep.
You can go over that show a little bit, or that episode.
Oh, great episode. It turns out, like, I don't know how he got picked, but, Ralph is a contestant on the $99,000 answer. And,
which is kind of like, their version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We would,
yeah.
Because you answer a question, and then you double it, and you double it, you keep doubling.
Correct. Yeah. It progressively gets more money and harder at the same time until you get to the $99,000 question. And what happens is he has to pick his category, and the category he picks is popular songs, because apparently he's familiar with a lot of popular songs of the time. So he goes home, and now he's ready to study all the music he can study. And the ways he's studying is he's going down to his the Italian neighbor downstairs, Mrs. Manicotti, going over Italian songs and their English translations. He's going over he has a phonograph with a whole bunch of records that he's playing, learning all them, and then he rents a piano, of which he has Norton come down to play the piano. Also, he's got a whole bunch of sheet music, and
the Swanee River.
Yes. The catch of Ed can play piano, and he's very quick to be able to play. Yeah, he looks at a piece of sheet music and he's ready to play. Except he's got to warm up before every time he plays, and his warm up is dun 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 dun.
Can we just take 1 second too and appreciate Ed Norton's little getting ready to do anything?
Oh yeah, just the. Yeah.
Every time he has to do anything, make a phone call, get ready for the piano, he has this little hand thing he does where he's kind of loosening himself up almost.
Mm-hmm.
If he's got sleeves, hell, even if he doesn't sometimes, he's pulling up his sleeves and doing
cracking the knuckles,
right. Which always leads Ralph to, "Will you hurry up already?
Will you stop it?
Just do it already." That kind of shit. I love that.
Oh, I love that too. Then, of course, now Alice wants Ralph to. It's if you get to the $600 question, which is the second question, just stop there. Don't be greedy. They could use $600.
You think I'm stopping at 600, Alice? I'm going straight to the top.
Yeah, and then she brings up or he brought up the point that some 14-year-old, I think, got to
6,000 or something.
Yeah, 16,000 or 14,000, and I forget which category.
You don't think I'm smaller than a 14-year-old? Well, can you spell?
Oh yeah, anti-disestablishmentarianism. Yeah, see how easy it is to say.
Yeah.
It's like anti-disestablishmentarianism. It's like, well, spell it. It's like, I'll spell it if you give me $14,000.
Right.
So, time comes, he goes on the show, he's ready, and he tells the guy up front he's not stopping until he hits the $99,000 question. And so they go to the first question. It's like, who wrote who wrote Swanee River?
The song he just heard fucking 18 times.
Yeah. And he's like, Swanee River. It's like, oh, can we play a few bars for Mr. Cramden? Dun, 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 dun. It's like, yeah. And it's like, yeah, his answer, Ed Norton.
Yeah. That's what I love, too, is watching this again, is you forget how many of those little things that we take for granted, cartoony things that come from this show, like the hamina.
Yeah,
like
no,
that kind of shit.
big time. Yeah, the hamina. It's like, I don't remember that in other stuff.
Was the why I oughta in here, I feel like, probably.
Why I oughta.
Bang, zoom, straight to the moon!
Yeah, that is the one of the things, though, that is a constant in each episode. It's like, Ralph is basically threatening physical violence, but in a loving way. Why oughta to the moon, Alice? I'll knock you to the moon. You're like,
yeah, they're gonna cancel Ralph Cramden and fucking Jackie Gleason gets canceled in 2022. What the fuck, man? I like in the quiz show too when he asks what his career was. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a dust briber.
I'm a dust briber. Excuse me?
I bribe a dust.
I bribe dust. Yeah.
Yes, as he has a little bit of a camera shy, fear in front of the television camera there, which comes up on another episode too.
I was looking at the years of this, and you said what year it started? 55, the actual show.
Yeah, October 1st, I think it was 1955.
So the Jackie Gleason show, there's got to be something wrong on IMDb with the years, because it says 52 to 73, but it looks like they're counting specials maybe or something.
I think they're talking about because the Honeymooners skit that started on the Jackie Gleason. Well, again,
right, but this separately. So separately, it has the Jackie Gleason show, and it says that it ran from 52 to 73.
Yeah, that's
there's only
separate...
166 episodes.
Right. Yeah, that's
so
that's
for it to run 19
from
years or 21 years.
Yeah, this is separate from the classic 39 episodes of the filmed as a regular television show.
So it's weird that I guess the whole of the Honeymooners existed within the run of the Jackie Gleason show.
Yes.
That's kind of strange.
Yeah, as an ongoing skit.
Was it more popular than the Jackie Gleason show? You would think it would have been, I guess.
Well,
but...
it was actually number 2, I believe, in the ratings in the U.S. During its run.
He definitely wants you to know he's in charge, because the show ends with entire production supervised by Jackie Gleason.
And
you go, God damn.
And how does it start? You have now this is a different thing from most of the sitcoms that we've watched. Your theme song, it's not that sort of upbeat type of thing or goofy or whatever. It's a very
classical romantic type.
Yeah, romantic big band type of thing. It's like da, 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 da. And it's like Jackie Gleason, the Honeymooners.
Now this was there in the original broadcast, right? Because a lot of these old shows, the way we know them now, the openings weren't the way. That's not the way they originally aired. A lot of times it did open with Philip Morris presents,
right?
And for Lucy, for instance, the heart that we all know, I Love Lucy on the
right.
satin heart, that wasn't there originally.
Wow,
that was added in reruns.
Wow, I did not know that.
It originally opened with whatever the sponsor was that week. Which would have been, like I said, Philip Morris or something like that.
Right.
Whatever the soap, there was some soap that was on a lot of them. I forget what it was called.
Lifebuoy.
But it would be
oh no, that's from Christmas Story.
Whatever. Crest presents the Lucy Desi show or whatever, and then you would go into the episode. But those hearts on satin things came in reruns because they didn't have sponsors anymore.
Ah.
So this one though, I think was actually there.
I think you're right on the Honeymooners one, but I didn't realize the Lucy part of it though. So maybe in the few years between, like from Lucy's start back in, like you said, 51 to when Gleason spun this off to its own show in 55. Maybe during that time they worked something out that the sponsor was in between. Versus,
because even these like VHS tapes I have, a lot of these are from like the mid '80s, which is when they start. Like this one, I think it was '85.
Okay.
This Valentine's special. And this is a clip show. So I wonder, like, if I think around probably early '80s when a lot of cable networks were looking for things to rerun. So I think that's when a lot of that stuff came into play. We got to edit it to fit this format now. We have a whole new format.
Yeah, that would be definitely worth researching there because, I could ask some of my my cousins, like they were big Honeymooners fans from back in the day. So
because I wonder if this show was ever not on, like, because Lucy's been on, I guess, nonstop since it originally aired. It's never been off air, is what I've heard. Since 51.
Damn.
So I'm sure those Heart and Satin things came probably pretty fucking early, maybe even the 60s when they were already rerunning.
Right.
But Honeymooners, I don't know. There might have been a time when you had a decade or so before it started rerunning. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure because when I first saw it was like in the 70s, and yeah, they would do these marathons on Channel 11 in the New York City station area.
You might know the first time I saw the Honeymooners? It was called the Flintstones.
Wilma! that was a big to do.
And this was the 60s, right? The Flintstones came out in the 60s?
Yes, the Flintstones were 60s. Now,
ran a fucking million times longer than the Honeymooners.
Yeah. A lot more spin-offs, too. But, yeah, the Flintstones was, like, basically a direct rip-off of the Honeymooners. But I think, actually...
hey, Fred!
Hey, Fred! Hey,
what do you want now, Bon?
But in fact, let me see if I can find the thing.
We were saying, right before we were recording, I was telling him, I was like, I think the only voice on the Flintstones that's not a complete ripoff is Trixie's voice. It does not sound like Betty's voice.
No.
Barney's
that is a different voice. But anyway, when the Flintstones came out, they brought it to Jackie Gleason's attention.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Flintstones was one of the top sitcoms when it.
Yeah, I saw an interview where he just said, "I'm not going to be the guy who cancels Fred Flintstone.
Yes,
it's the most popular thing in the fucking world."
Exactly. He
goes, "I could go in there and get some money."
He has every right to do it.
Right.
But he's not going to be the one to do it.
I don't want to be the guy who takes away the Flintstones.
Right.
Which is pretty cool on his part.
Oh, yeah. he knew.
I wonder, though, if they gave him that backdoor money, maybe.
I would hope so.
You are right.
Yeah. Yeah, and in fact, wait, let's see. Wait, where is it? The inspiration for the animated character Fred Flintstone. Yeah, but
imagine if they had just Fred be like a bus driver and just made it completely blatant. Like, God damn, you couldn't even try.
But yeah, let's see though. But going back to the show itself, yeah, the four main actors were Jackie Gleason, Art Carney was Ed Norton, Audrey Meadows was Alice, and Joyce Randolph was Trixie.
Now, were they all on the Jackie Gleason show as character actors?
Now here's the fun.
Wasn't there two? There was two Alices, right?
Yes, that's the thing. Okay. There was a different Alice at one point. And I was telling you, I found streaming. I think it was Tubi, and there's one other streaming service that has available some of those the actual segments, the Honeymooners segments from the Jackie Gleason show.
Yeah, so I think what I was reading from this thing was they keep mentioning the Lost episodes, and I think that's what they're referring to.
Yes.
when they say the lost episodes is the actual skits from the Jackie Gleason show.
Because I was telling you the
Because that probably didn't rerun, I bet.
right. You're
I don't
totally
think
right.
variety shows really reran much.
No, and like these things hadn't been seen in like 50 some odd years.
Mm-hmm.
And they, like after I think it was like 50th or 50 something anniversary, these lost episodes became available, and but through it you also see the other Alice, who I don't remember who was the actress. Let's see.
I seen a documentary
here we
or
go.
something one time where they were talking about that.
The first 9 skits was Pert Kelton was the actress that played Alice.
And I don't think she left over Bad Blood or anything. I think she just got some other part or something.
I believe you're right.
Because I swear I saw a YouTube doc or something years ago about the 2 Alices or something.
Mm-hmm. But Audrey Meadows was the perfect counterbalance for Jackie Gleason's Ralph
Was
Crampton.
she a twin? I saw a picture with another. I think she had a twin sister.
Ooh, let's see.
That'd be a fun little sandwich. I mean,
let's see. She's the younger sister of Jane Meadows, who was also an actress.
So she must look a lot like her then.
Right. Yeah, but it doesn't say about
Alice is a good-looking lady there. I mean,
oh yeah,
for the 50s, Jesus.
Definitely.
Got to get that fucking toot out of her though, and I mean, oh sorry. Bang zoom.
But
that was kind of the shorthand he went to after a while, right? Because in the beginning he'd be like, "Right to the moon" or whatever. But I think as it went on, the shorthand just became "bang zoom."
Yeah, and like sometimes he wouldn't even say it, but he would, like.
Yeah, right. Did you just dab?
yeah. Yes, the Honeymooners, the first show to dab.
Oh my God, he invented the dab! Holy shit!
But actually, let's see. The original, there was also a different Trixie. I did not know that. Yeah, Elaine Stritch was the first Trixie.
Oh, I know that name. Why do I know that name? She sounds familiar.
And let's see, she was known for her work on Broadway. Let's see, also the comedy Loco. Let's see. She was also on Law and Order. Yeah, like
she's the old lady from she was the Alec Baldwin's mom on 30 Rock, and she's the old lady from Screwed.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
30 Rock. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. You remember her? She was funnier than shit.
Oh my God. I didn't even realize that was her.
She was in Screwed with Norm Macdonald. She's the old lady that they're trying to kidnap.
Wow.
And Dave Chappelle. We need to watch Screwed on here sometime.
Okay.
It's got Dave Chappelle, Norm Macdonald, and Sherman Hemsley, and her. So now,
yeah, that's a nice grouping right there.
And Danny DeVito. So
actually, damn,
it's got fucking TV stars galore. So I mean,
damn.
I feel like as we go, every once in a while, we can sprinkle in some kind of movie like that if it stars that many TV talents.
Mm-hmm. But now, like, let's see. Where did we want to go with this? Did we want to head on to another episode, or did you want to talk any more about the the Jackie Gleason show and the Dumont show was called Cavalcade of Stars, which Jackie Gleason hosted.
Before I was just about to close this Elaine Stritch tab here.
Yeah,
and she was on a show for 4 seasons called Two's Company, and the font is the exact same as Three's Company. Was she on a spinoff of that?
Damn, I thought, what was it?
A British situation was there a British spinoff maybe?
That I do not know.
We'll come back to that at a later date.
Again, we know Three's Company was an American redo of the British sitcom Man About the House.
So, I wonder if there was a British version of like a spinoff of that. It's called Two's Company. It's her and Donald Sinden.
Okay.
We'll look into that. And
worth some research.
Yeah, 4 seasons too. Like that's.
But you know what? Going back to the apartment again. The Cramden's apartment is like so.
I don't even feel comfortable calling it an apartment. It's just a room.
Yeah.
It's about the size of a mop closet, really.
Yeah, their room versus when you actually see the episode with Ed and Trixie's apartment, you see how nicely decorated it is, and it just looks like a nice place to be. And when they also visit, there's an episode where they visit one of the people from work. They go to his house, and again, really nice big couch, again, well decorated. Yeah, the Cramden's, room, apartment. There's like nothing on the walls. There's literally nothing.
There was one where they, like I said, they came into money, and he had a line, something about like, "We're moving uptown, baby." He's like, "Look at this furniture. Just imagine how it's gonna look in one of those nice apartments
on Park Ave or whatever."
Yeah. Not implying that we're not getting new furniture. We're still gonna have the shitty furniture, but
exactly.
we're gonna have a nice apartment.
Yeah. Oh, that I know which episode you're talking about too. That was the episode where, basically, a woman that's been riding the bus for like 14 years. She passes, and now Ralph has been named as one of the people in the will to receive part of her inheritance. And apparently she only has one like living relative, like her nephew, that she never got along with. And in fact, when they're reading the will, like she's like, "Okay, you're a gambler, a philanderer. And it's like, okay, so basically, and he gets $1. So, and the maid and I guess it's the cook. Oh no, the maid and the butler. That's right, the maid and the butler. They get like $50,000 and $25,000.
Right.
So apparently this woman's worth millions, like 40 million.
And to Ralph Cramden, I leave my fortune. Woo!
And it's like I want you to take my fortune. Woo! Yeah. And then you find out what fortune is.
It's a fucking
what is fortune?
It's a bird, a bird named Fortune.
Yes, a bird, like a parrot named Fortune.
That was a fun episode. I watched the TV or not TV, which is the first one on here. I don't know if that was the actual first episode, I'm assuming. I don't think there's any missing from these.
Right. No, I believe that is
Funny
the first
Money,
episode.
which was, I believe, where they find the money on the bus or something.
Right.
It ends up in Lost and Found because someone left it on the bus, and it's like mob money or something.
Yep.
The Golfer, which I think we both talked about, is one of the better, like the best probably, maybe.
Oh, yeah. That is a freaking hysterical one because an
episode about golf. I didn't think I'd be into it, but
yeah, an episode about
there's a
golf.
routine that makes it fucking hysterical.
Yeah, the Golfer. You'll find a lot of episodes. Ralph is trying to make his way in the Gotham Bus Company, and to a higher position, and to get to a higher position, he's willing to schmooze. He's willing to do whatever he needs to do to get in good with the person that could get him to a higher position. Mm-hmm. So apparently, they're what is it? The new traffic manager, I think, is the position that's coming open, and the person that can basically give that position, both he and Ed likes to hang around and have lunch with Ralph, and the two of them are there at the bus company, and here comes the boss coming through, and he's trying to find something in common. It's like, like how's how are your kids? I don't have kids. It's like, so your wife was me, okay?
I'm not married.
Not married.
How are you? I got you there.
Oh yeah, I got you there. And it's like, what are you into? And it's like, I'm into golf. So now both Ralph and Ed are playing up that Ralph is a big golfer. But of course, Ralph has to really play it up that, he's championship level golfer.
Yeah. We're on full sitcom alert right here.
Yeah. So what
That thing that you lie about in the first scene of a sitcom never comes back into play.
No.
Never.
That's the red herring. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
of course his boss is like, "Oh well, I'm busy this weekend. But there is one weekend that is available."
Yeah,
And
4 weeks from now.
So now Ralph has to figure out a way to get good, as the
Right.
kids say. Get good at golf in a month.
Get good
Not
at
just
golf
good,
in a month.
be as amazing as he says he is.
Yeah, get good at golf in a month, until he also then finds out that his boss's second, the partner that he plays with golf, is not going to be able to play that weekend. So now he's got 2 days to learn the game of golf and be really good at it.
Well, it all leads to this brilliant, again, in the fucking kitchen.
Yes, in the kitchen.
Scene of Ed basically trying to teach his way of golfing to Ralph.
Right. Yeah. Well, Ed also picked up a book. Like he's got a book, and it's like, oh, okay, how hard can it be? Okay, first approach the ball.
Hello, ball.
No, approach the ball. Stay straight. Address the ball. Hello, ball.
Yeah, it's like talking about it's all in the hips, and he's just grinding his hips all around.
Oh God,
he's like,
yes.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah, just like he prepares, like you said, playing the piano, doing the, like this, and getting all loose.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the same thing with his hips and that for getting ready to swing the club, and he does a practice swing, and then it's Ralph. Ralph is his turn to try it, and Ed's giving him the thing. It's like, okay, approach, stand straight, adjust the ball, head down, okay, right hip out, left. It's like this arm out, this, then swing, and it's just hysterical. Like
that whole scene is worth the journey of that episode. I would
Yes.
say if you're gonna watch one, I would probably go to that one. It gives you a pretty clear view of everyone.
Yeah.
But there really wasn't a bad episode in any of the ones I watched.
No.
The very first one, the TV one, is a little boring. There's a few boring bits. It's a little slower than a lot of them, but it's still very funny.
But it's still good. That's the thing about this show. Even though it's old as hell, we're going back into the 50s, mid 50s, and different time, different. It holds up. The comedy holds up.
I watched The Babysitter, which was pretty good. Where this is where they get the phone. So Alice is trying to get a second job to help pay for the phone, but doesn't tell Ralph. Or not a second job, just a job. And he thinks she's cheating on him. Mm-hmm. That was a kind of fun episode. It's got some funny moments.
Which that's another common theme that comes up too. Like one of them thinks the other one is like cheating, or something's amiss.
And then the one we discussed, the $99,000 answer. Ralph Cramden Inc. That's the one with the fortune and the bird.
Yes.
Young at Heart. That was a pretty fun one where they go skating.
Yes. Now
the young girl comes over and is kind of talking about this date she's going on, and gives Alice a little bug in her ear about, we've kind of gotten stale in our marriage. Maybe we should go out and do something. Let's go skating too.
Let's go dancing and skating and it's like and the tunnel of love. Like at the amusement park. And it's like the amusement park.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah, that was a fun one. Now I don't know if you noticed. Now, okay, Honeymooners, we've talked about, in front of a live audience versus, laugh track and that. This was definitely in front of a live audience. This episode was very strange. Did you notice the live audience reactions and sound versus the other episodes?
Like when they're gasping when he falls and stuff, you mean?
Not the gasping when he falls, but just the things that people are going gaga over and the sound of them going gaga. They must have brought in a lot of young people to watch this one.
Oh, like when the guy comes in and the audience is like, woo! a minute. I
Yeah.
thought maybe he was famous or something. I was like, maybe he's a guest
he may
star
have been
of some
famous,
sort.
but the things that they were reacting to were things more young people react to.
Like sexy things?
Woohoo!
What are you talking about? Like, are you talking about like?
Not like some of the lingo that the young girl and that
Oh.
guy are talking about, and
You're
then
not hip. Yeah, he's like, you're not hip.
and then later on, after number one, they did go out to the amusement park. Ralph, Alice, Trixie, and Ed. They went to the amusement park. They went dancing. Which also Ed was trying to teach Ralph the latest dances, like the Hucklebuck.
Mm-hmm. What does that kid go? He goes, "You dig?" And he goes, "No, he's a bus driver. I dig. I work in the sewers."
Oh my God! When Ralph was talking about, it's like some poet or someone. It's like somebody says that youth is wasted on the young. You hear like a lot of young people like kind of like it's just like an odd audience reaction sound. I'm like, okay, yeah, they must have had a lot of young people there that day for that episode.
The only thing I noticed was when the young guy comes in, is that they went crazy.
Yeah,
and that's when I was like, he's got to be maybe he's famous. I don't know, but they went extremely wild when that guy walked in. So I don't know what that was about, but
yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, now the other crazy thing though with a lot of these episodes, as opposed to later sitcoms that we would watch, like you would normally get like ending credits telling you who like the other actors were for a particular episode. Mm-hmm. This has none of that.
Here in the TV one, the first one, when they're flipping through the channels or whatever, there's a woman's voice, and I swear to God it's Lucy's voice, and I tried to find it, and there's no info on who the voice on the TV was.
Oh, that would be an interesting one to figure out.
Because there's like it sounds like maybe like a soap opera or something when they're flipping through,
mm-hmm.
and you hear a man and a woman, and the woman sounds exactly like Lucy, but almost like the older, raspier Lucy. And I was like, I don't know if the time is right for that.
Yeah. Again, 55.
But it sounds just fucking like her. And I saw to the point where I went to IMDb and there was no info on the voices on the TV.
Yeah, it may have been, and just one of those uncredited roles.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, back then, these
or maybe it was even from one of her movies or something. I don't know.
It could be.
This was CBS, which was the same
true.
network that Lucy was on.
That's true. Yeah. So it quite possibly could have been Lucy that they were able to just like take a little piece from one of her shows and just play that.
Yeah, I tried to Google it. Nothing.
Because the thing is, we're not watching what they're watching. We're just hearing what they're watching.
Right. Yeah, we're seeing the back of the TV screen.
Right.
This unconventional behavior, though, you'd like this one. Ralph and Ed will be regular riot at the annual raccoon convention if they ever get Norton's handcuffs off. This is from 56. Yeah, they are like, oh, the dumb women got on the wrong train. They're going to like Minneapolis, I believe. And he's like, oh, I got this great bit with the handcuffs. And it's a very, very familiar premise we've seen a million times. Puts the handcuffs on. They're handcuffed together. There's no key. And now they're on a train ride trying to go to sleep. And they keep talking about the wives. Those dumb broads got on the wrong train. Well, turns out they got on the wrong train.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
The women are on the right train. Yeah. But there's a lot of, they have two bunks. So they're handcuffed together. So it's like, you get up on your damn bunk. Oh, Ralph, do you mind if I smoke? He goes, no, I don't care if you smoke. Well, my smokes are under your bed. Okay, get down here and get your. And after he gets up and down off the bunk like 5 times, okay. Is there anything else you need before I put you back on that bunk? Are you thirsty? He's like, no. You need to go to the bathroom? No. You hungry? No. All right, well, get up there. And he gets up there and he's like, Ralph? He's like, what? He goes, you forgot to ask me one thing. He goes, what? He goes, I need a match to light a cigarette.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
But
yeah, those two are complete gold in this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
you can see why the Flintstones ripped them off.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna say,
honestly,
if it works here, it's got to work animated too, right?
it's been a while since I've seen a lot of the Flintstones, but honestly, I don't know if Fred and Barney ever reached the levels of this. Like, Barney isn't as... He's stupid, but he doesn't go to the extreme levels of Ed. And not that I remember, anyway.
No, there are definitely differences in those characters. One, like you said, where they work. Another thing, again, the Trixie versus Betty, definitely difference.
I guess maybe it's the physical humor. Like, Barney doesn't feel real physically funny.
Right.
Where Ed Norton's got both. He's got the dim-witted humor, the quips, and the physical. And I don't remember a lot of the physical stuff from Barney. And maybe because it's a cartoon, they didn't want to animate the shit. But
well, then again, also Barney was like a little stump of a guy too.
Yeah. Yeah, I love his wardrobe too. Ed Norton's wardrobe in that weird fucking fedora. He's always wearing like a t-shirt with a vest and like, was that a style or was that just some shit like weird vaudeville?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. And there were times like, Ed's going to sleep and it's like, wait, does he wear that hat to sleep?
There was a weird thing, and I thought it was a mistake at first because actually this show, unlike a lot of shows, leaves a lot of flubs in, like when people screw up lines.
Yeah, well, like
they don't just do another take; they kind of leave them in.
Yeah, it was like live, and whatever we do, that's it. That's what it seems like. But
every time he fell, and I noticed it the first couple times when he falls, his hat always falls off, and he reaches for it, but then stops. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
and he does it every single time he falls. Like, he doesn't ever catch the hat.
Nope.
But he looks like he's trying, but then he just falls anyway.
Yeah, he falls anyway, and his legs go way up in the air, like when he falls, versus Ralph, which is kind of like he's just going down, like straight down, and then
because the first time he did it, I was like, oh, he didn't want his hat to fall off. But then he did it every single time in different episodes after that I noticed. So I was like, oh, that was like a weird choice about his hat. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure why. No, that could have been something that maybe in all the times that he practiced, he noticed the hat always falling off, so he would always kind of go for it.
Yeah, because he literally reaches, and it always falls like right by his head too.
Yep.
So I mean, if he was trying to catch it, he could pop it on.
Right.
But he just and then he aborts it.
Yep.
Maybe he did it the first time, and then was like, well, now I got to do it every time. I don't know. Just a weird thing I noticed.
But that's one big thing, like with sitcoms, you find something that works, be it a line, be it a movement. You repeat the hell out of it, Let's see. What are some famous ones that you can think of that like famous lines?
Did I do that?
There we go. Did I do that? What you talking about, Willis?
Oh, that was Lucy's.
What's the hell? The guy from Neil Patrick Harris from How I Met Your Mother. What the hell?
I didn't ever really watch that show.
Oh shit. Oh, Friends. That the banging together of the wrists.
I would say more. How you doing?
Oh, how you doing? Yeah, that would definitely be one. Archie Bunker, Meathead.
Yeah.
Dingbat.
Yeah, when something works.
Yep.
Don't change it. Why? If it ain't fixed, don't broke it. If it ain't fixed, don't broke it. If it ain't
don't broke it. Yes, don't broke it.
Hey, it's a Honeymooners. Leave it in.
Yes, listen to JJ, everyone. Don't broke it.
If it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
Don't broke it.
I've been watching too many of the Honeymooners.
Yes, and that will be our catchphrase for JJ. If it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
You know what? I'll take it. Fuck it. I'll take it.
Yes, when we do a recap episode, that will be the yes, Honeymooners, when the famous catchphrase was invented. If it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
You mean Honeymooners? The Honeymooners?
Yeah, Honeymooners.
With Cedric the Entertainer? This movie was so shitty, they put it out only, as I recall, in full screen. They didn't even bother putting it out on screen. Because at this time, I'll tell you see the movie store back here?
Yeah.
I was a movie nerd then, forever, right? I was like, I don't want to buy no fucking movie in full screen. That's for the fucking losers, full screen.
That's like,
Where the hell's the widescreen version? There wasn't one.
Damn.
There was.
But
I can just see the comments. You're wrong. Actually, it was released in widescreen in Japan only. Or
yeah,
fuck you.
NTS format.
To you, I say, bang zoom.
Oh, I'm sorry, PAL format. Yeah.
Ain't no pal of mine, I'll tell you that.
Now let's see. What other episodes did you check out on this one?
The last one was the last one I watched was the safety award, where he's getting a safety award for his clean driving record, and then
14 years of clean driving.
Nervous about receiving an award for being the safest bus driver in the city, Ralph gets into an accident.
Right.
Broadcast 5/19/56.
Yes, and when he gets into an accident, it's not with a bus. He actually borrowed the car from one of his coworkers, so like that they could go to City Hall, to receive the award in style. And who does he actually have the accident with?
The man giving him the award.
Who winds up actually being
judge, the traffic judge, who's known for being stringent.
Yes, in fact, damn, I should have written down the name of. Okay, the judge's name was. Let's see, where is it? Hurdle. That's right. What did they call him? He had a nickname. So, Hollerin' Hurdle. That's what they called him.
Oh yeah,
Hollerin' Hurdle.
Known for giving out $50 fines and 50-minute lectures.
Yes. Now, the funny thing about that with the Hurdle is that's also the name of the. Let's see, where is
the turtle?
Yes, Hurdle the Turtle. Yes, I remember that Dr. Seuss book. But no, there was an actual one of the people there. Let's see.
If it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
Here we go. One of the producers. The producer was Jack Hurdle.
Of this show, or
of the show, well, particularly this episode, at least.
I wasn't sure if you were referring to like Mel Brooks, the producers. I was like, what?
Yes, the producers.
The one thing that was kind of cool in the credits, though, is they all had like different
weird fonts.
Weird fonts, like almost like their signatures or something.
Yeah, that's what it did look like. Just like, hey, you want to draw this one? Yeah, sure. Or write out this one? Yeah, sure. And they used that for the credits.
And unlike the Bob Newhart show, they did give all the supporting cast credits in the opening theme.
Yes, in the opening theme. But at least Bob Newhart show, you would get at the end who like also guest starred and such. This one, yeah, you didn't get any of that in the credits.
Which, again, makes me think maybe those were tacked on after the fact. I don't know.
It could
maybe
be.
It ended with a sponsorship kind of thing.
Oh,
they just made one fucking end thing, because they never changed that I saw.
Right. No,
maybe they just
were
slapped them on there every episode when they re-aired them.
Very interesting.
Yeah. You never know.
Could be, Ralph.
I wasn't alive in 1955.
Isn't that when Marty went back to the future? No. So, watching The Honeymooners, what's your take? Like, you've watched it before.
I've seen many of them years ago. Yeah, it's been probably 10 years since I watched them, though.
Okay.
And then I had a few of these tapes when I was real young.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a minute. It's really a brilliant show.
It truly is.
The simplicity of it, and it's an easy show to watch and go, I've seen this. But what you have to realize is this is from a time when these things that you've seen were being created.
Right.
All these tropes, these weren't tropes yet.
Correct.
So while we've seen there's a sleepwalking episode and a handcuffed together episode and a quiz show episode and these are very sitcom episodes.
Yeah,
but
because
they were still new then. You
yeah,
know?
no, because here's the thing. Let's take two of those right there: Sleepwalking and Game Show.
hmm
We watched The Odd Couple.
I think
Those
every
were two of the
show-
episodes.
Every show we've covered probably had at least one of those.
Yep.
And that's why it's easy for me to watch shows, and having grown up watching I Love Lucy, to go Lucy like when on South Park when they go Simpsons did it,
Mhm.
I always go Lucy did it, because that show was 1951. TV was new, but even that, Lucy came from radio and movies. A lot of
Correct.
the stories from I Love Lucy were stolen from her radio show,
Right.
My Favorite Husband. A lot of those premises came from that. They were, I think, the same writers as her radio show.
I wouldn't be surprised, actually.
Bob Carroll and Madeline Pugh, I think, were their names, something like that. So a lot of those were recycled, but they go, hey, we're on TV now. We can do it again. Now the audience can see it.
Yeah, this is a new audience. Yeah,
Kinda, yeah.
yeah, but plus
people
also,
didn't have
hey, for
TVs yet.
the people that are familiar with our like radio thing, oh, this is going to be like like comfort to them. It's like, oh yeah, I know this. Yeah,
And almost better because now Desi, being the Cuban man, is the twist on the thing. That's it.
yep,
That's the new spice sprinkled into it. So I think a lot of the shows at the time were basically like, well, look how successful these things are. No one's going to care if we take it and spin it just a little bit to make it ours. But even I said Family Matters. Did I do that? They do the fucking handcuff episodes. Urkel and Carl getting handcuffed together. And that was, what, 40 years later?
yeah.
Like, they were still, I bet you there's some fucking show on right now that has an episode where the two main characters get into hijinks and get handcuffed together.
Yeah,
There's probably a Modern Family where they get handcuffed together. I don't remember one, but I bet you there is. They went 11 years. They had to have got there at some point. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so I would say this is amazing, and you have to put on those goggles when you revisit it and just appreciate that these things weren't all old yet.
Right. No, it's totally true. Like, yeah, like you said, tropes. Yeah, they had to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now, be it Lucy, be it the Honeymooners, or the Jackie Gleason show, or and as you said, also be it maybe from the radio, radio versions of some of these shows.
Having listened to all those Jack Benny radio programs I was telling you about,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jack Benny gets near the credit he deserves for the way you could picture his radio show like a sitcom.
Oh yeah,
And a lot of those jokes are the ones that we saw fucking for the next 20 years. Up through the Brady Bunch and shit. There's a lot of those kind of things that are just there. And they were successful then. So, as we say, if it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, yeah. I want to see the back.
I'm gonna make a shirt. I'm gonna make a shirt.
I want to see the back of the next release of the Honeymoons, Blu-ray or whatever, or the 4K version. Jay Bidwell says, "If it ain't fixed, don't broke it."
I'm gonna make shirts.
Now, one of the things I also want to go over too is the fact of, as we said, Flintstones was a direct, copy of pretty much the Honeymooners formula.
Yeah, the Flintstones. All they did was they took the Honeymooners and made them white, right? Because the Honeymooners are black. Cedric the Entertainer. Why do you keep laughing? I don't. I should have rewatched this. I was gonna, but I just forgot.
I have yet to watch the movie because I'll be honest.
Maybe there's a commentary track, my friend.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know if that's available streaming anywhere.
Yeah, a lot of movie versions of TV shows just don't work out well. So it's like one of those, like, whenever one comes out, it's like, the closest thing I think that was like, oh, okay, yes, a movie version of a TV show that was awesome or whatever was The Fugitive. That was like, the one instance where it worked.
You know, strangely, one of my favorite movies as a kid was U.S. Marshals, the sequel to The Fugitive.
Really?
Like, I watched the shit out of that movie.
That
with
was
Robert
the
Downey
one with
Jr.,
Snipes, right?
Wesley Snipes, Robert
Yep.
Downey Jr., Tommy Lee Jones. I fucking love that movie.
Damn.
Anyway, yeah, sometimes it does work.
On occasion.
I think those Brady Bunch movies were pretty successful.
Oh yeah,
I never watched them. But
those were funny, goofy. It was like it was a fun making fun of.
yeah, they were self-aware, right?
Yes, it was a self-aware movie.
Am I crazy, or was there a new Honeymooners or something in the 80s, or didn't they do something like that?
Believe that it was. They did try to redo it
When they were doing like the new Munsters and the new Leave It to Beaver and all that
Oh,
shit.
God,
I think
yes.
there might have been a
I wouldn't be surprised, but what I
the
was
new
gonna
Odd Couple, as we discussed.
Yes. Oh, definitely did Odd Couple like in several iterations. But with the Honeymooners, some of the other things I remember were you mentioned Looney Tunes before. Looney Tunes did a direct ripoff, the Honeymousers. And like
clever.
in a couple of episodes they had them, just mouse versions of all of them, including the names, Ralph, Norton, Alice, Trixie. It was just completely just like, okay, yeah, here it is.
I do remember a mouse named Trixie.
Yeah.
Was it Mixie and Trixie or some shit?
Oh,
What
no,
was it?
no,
Pixie and Trixie.
Pixie and Dixie.
Oh, okay. my
Yeah,
bad.
with Mr. Jinx the cat. Yes.
That's right.
Yes, sitcoms may be something that we're both good and you excel at. Yeah. Cartoon, like strange knowledge is a thing I'm really good at. I've watched many cartoons over the years.
That makes sense because you do look like Jabberjaw.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I'm a gorilla.
But let's see. They say you had the Honeymousers, and what was the other one I wanted to bring up for things that pulled from here? Let's see. There was the Flintstones, but there was crap. Damn it! I forget what it was now. I should have written it down.
I threw this DVD earlier. I didn't realize it went up my ass. I was like, what the hell's poking me? It was right up my ass. Jeez. Fuck you and your new opening theme song, Married with Children.
Wait, just hit play on JJ.
No, it's not my play button.
That's not the play button.
Don't smell your finger.
But I'm trying to remember. There was another like blatant thing from the Honeymooners that was
King
done.
of Queens, I think, did a whole episode of where Doug and Carrie were Alice and Ralph.
I could see that, but
And Deacon, his big black friend, comes in as
Norton. Oh my God!
And kept doing all that, and he's like, "Ah, why you just get to it already?"
Yeah, you know what? I sometimes enjoy when like a newer sitcom likes to give an homage to,
Well, Doug and Carrie too with King of Queens. They're such a perfect. That is the mold they come from.
Oh, definitely.
They basically are Ralph and Alice. Only Carrie is more the yeller in.
She's more the yeller, and like her sarcasm goes way higher than Alice's.
Mm-hmm.
But Doug definitely is a Ralph Cramton, and also his schemes that will will work, and no.
I fucking love that show. We'll get to that soon.
Oh, we'll definitely get to that one. Yeah, I enjoyed that show.
Are we at the end here?
I think so. Is there anything else that you'd like to say about the Honeymooners besides watch the Cedric the
I would just
Entertainer
say
version?
that Cedric the Entertainer is so good in this. It really is something that should stand the test of time. Him and Mike Epps' chemistry and J.K. Brown.
Oh my God.
I'm glad I bought this DVD 10 years ago just for this episode.
Yes. If anything, just it's like I know I'm going to have a podcast and we're going to be doing a video on Twitch. And,
2005, so I was ready. I was ready for this. I paid $14.99 previously viewed for this.
Wow.
Just for this.
Just for tonight. Yeah, it's like JJ's like, I'll meet a guy from Jersey. We'll start a podcast and that. And you know what? I got a catchphrase, but I'll workshop that shit for I got 10 years to do it.
Oh, man.
If it ain't,
If it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
yes, there we go.
I gotta get a
Yes, add in a little rim shot on those now. But
Well, tell the kids where to find us, I guess.
well, where can
Besides
they
where
find
you're
us?
listening or watching.
Well, you can find us on Twitch, of course. You have, like, this one is at NetNick191, and if they want to find
Twitch.
JJ's Twitch stream, it's at BidwellFog. That's twitch.tv/BidwellFog.
Yeah,
If you want to email us, hey, go ahead. Email sitcommyface@gmail.com. At Facebook, we have a page, Sitcom My Face. Twitter, we're at Sitcom My Face. I notice a theme here.
There's only one way to end this episode, Nick. Nick, you're the greatest.
Bang, zoom. Well, for Sitcom My Face. I'm Nick Franco.
I'm Jay Bidwell.
To the moon, JJ. And as they say,
If it ain't fixed, don't broke it.
thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.